Hello, in this video, we will introduce C strings. We already introduced the string class in chapter 4. The string class is a C++ predefined class for representing strings. It has a lot of useful functions you can invoke to manipulate a string. That is the preferred way you should use for strings. However, in C++, you can also use the C strings. The C strings come from the C language. There are many C libraries use C strings. In order to work with all these libraries, you need to know how to use C strings. C string is an array of characters that ends with the no terminated characters. So this is the no terminated characters. Let's look at this. CD is an array of characters. Now, if you assign a string literal to array like this CD now becomes a C string. The last character in CD automatically becomes this no terminated. So this is the syntax. You use the string literal to assign the string into the array. So this is the allocation of the characters in CD. CD bracket 0 is D, CD brackets 5 is S, but the last one is the no terminated. However, if you write this code to assign all these characters using array initializer to CD2, now CD2 is not a string. So the last character is S. It is not the no terminated. But this one here, CD1, dollars is a C string. So let's see how we're going to do input and output of C strings. For the output, you can simply use cout. For the input, you use cin to read one string that is terminated by a white space character. If you want to read a string that contains space, you have to use cin.getLine with this array and the size and the delimiter character. Delimiter character, this can be omitted by default. It is the end of the line character. So let's look at this program here. We have this city is 30. Enter a city. If you enter New York using cin.getLine city 30, that's the maximum size. And with this delimiter is end of the line character. So you are going to get New York, including the space, into city. At the end of this string, it is the no terminated character. Now, there are a lot of functions you can use with C strings. This is the to get the length of the string. This is called the string length. So this is implemented as follows here. Is you look at every character. If it's not the no terminated, so you increase the count by 1. The count initially is 0 and return the count. So that is string len. So let's go back to write some code here. I'm going to open my Visual Studio. Now let's do this now. I'm going to have this character. This is S, and let's have this is A, B, C. Now I want to see what is string len S. Now I'm going to use the C strings. So here I'm going to include C string. Now you're going to have a problem here. So let's look at what is string len. Let's run this and see what is string len now. I'm going to have this start without debugging. That's 15. So that is incorrect because this is not a C string. You cannot use this string len function. So I'm going to create a C string here now. Put the int. One is 0, this one. So now we're going to run the program. You're going to see this is going to be correct. It's 3. So this is 3. So look, this is very important. The no terminator identifies this is the int of a C string. There are several more functions here listed in this table 7.1. So you can get the string length right here. And this returns size underscore t. Size underscore t is the same as unsigned int. String copy, you can copy S2 to S1 using string copy. String n copy copies the first n characters from string S2 to string S1. So this is string n copy. String cat is to append string S1 to string S2. String ncat is to append first n characters from string S2 to S1. String CMP, this is to compare two strings. So here returns a value greater than 0, equal to 0, or less than 0 if S1 is greater than, equal to, or less than S2. The comparison is the best on the numerical code of characters. String NCMP is to compare S1 with S2. You're going to compare up to n numbers of characters in S1 with those in S2. A to I is to return an int from this numeric string to integer. A to F, return a double value from the string. A to L returns a long value from the string. I to A obtains an integer value to a string based on the specified radix. Now, let's look at all these functions in detail. We're going to try this to use this copy function. So I'm going to have this string. Let's write two strings here. I'm going to perform the copy. So I'm going to go back to Visual Studio and look at this. Let's make this the S1. And this is S2. All right, so this is S2. Now we are going to using the string copy. Copy S2 to S1. Afterwards, we're going to display S1. So let's give it a try now. All right, so we got this error here. That's in Visual Studio for Microsoft C++. And the error is this. Consider using strcpy_s instead. The reason is this is the function now in Microsoft C++ compiler considered unsafe. So that's what I'm going to do is put this right here. So again, now you can see that the different compilers, they have variations. So if you use this string copy in the GNU C++ compiler, it will be fine. So I'm going to try this now. Okay, so the problem is here. You cannot copy it. So there's not enough space here. So what I'm going to do is to add more. I'm going to add this is add more stuff here. So let's do a little bit more here. Just copy here and do it a couple more times here. And now let's run this. So this is fine now. All right, so I want you to practice like this for all these functions. All right, so this is the concatenating strings using string cat and string ncat. Now let's go look at the string cat and string ncat. So I'm gonna go back to my Visual Studio and let's use this now. This is my S1. So here's S2. So I'm going to use string cat. And this in Microsoft Visual Studio. So this is _s. So now this is, you're gonna concatenate S2 to S1. And let's see what is now S1. So now, all right, so the problem here is the size issue. We don't have enough size here. So let's go with a large one. So we're gonna set this to 20. All right, so there will be more space now. So this is here. So now you're gonna see that we have this A, B, C, good morning. Now, you can say I'm gonna only have this 3. here. Okay. So the okay, it does not like me to use this this because you have to have this is string n and then with 3. So I'm going to have only this 4. So let's have this 4 concatenated with ABC. And run the program now. And that is ABC good. All right, so please practice it and try to use all these functions. And this is the comparing strings. And this is the converting strings to C string. Now, you have a string now. You can convert it using C underscore string. This function will return a C string. Now, you can get a string from C string by using this string and put this C string inside here. Converting strings to number. So there's are numeric numbers here in the string here. This is C string, and we convert it into integer, add them together. This is to convert it to floating point numbers. That is all for this section on C strings. See you on the next video.